In the sun-bleached landscape of 2026, where cinematic legends often fade into digital static, Clint Eastwood remains a towering, granite-faced monolith. At 95 years old, he is the last of a breed, a vintage soul in a CGI world. But to understand the reality behind his legacy, you have to look past the squinting eyes and the .44 Magnum. You have to look at the perfect architecture of a man who spent 70 years deconstructing the very tough guy myth he helped create. The clash within Clint's career is what makes him so attractive to us today. He isn't just a survivor, he is the ultimate human filmmaker who mastered the art of the unspoken. 1. The clash of the archetypes. Clint started as a mass-produced TV star in Rawhide, but his perfect move was fleeing to Italy to work with Sergio Leone. The vintage spice. He took a genre that was becoming stale and added a layer of tragedy and grit. The man with no name wasn't a hero, he was a mercenary. The reality, this wasn't just a career choice, it was a human rebellion against the polished, white-hatted Hollywood standards of the time. Clint understood that the audience didn't want a perfect hero, they wanted a reflection of the clash between survival and morality. 2. The directors. While the world saw Dirty Harry vigilante, the reality of Clint's legacy is found behind the camera. As a director, his human touch is legendary for being quiet, fast, and remarkably vulnerable. The tragedy of the Western. In Unforgiven, Clint didn't celebrate violence, he mourned it. He took the vintage Western and turned it into a haunting look at age and regret. Think of $1 Million Baby or Gran Torino. These aren't action movies. They are human stories about loneliness, sacrifice, and the clash of generations. In 2026, we realize that Clint's true power wasn't in pulling a trigger, but in his ability to let a scene breathe without a single line of dialogue. The master of the minimal. I honestly believe that Clint Eastwood's greatest contribution to film isn't his acting, it's his efficiency. In my opinion, we live in an era where movies are overproduced, over-edited, and over-explained. Clint is the perfect antidote to modern chaos. He is famous for doing only 1 or 2 takes. He trusts his actors. He trusts the human moment. He reminds us that perfection isn't about fixing every flaw in post-production. It's about capturing the truth of the first attempt. To me, his legacy is a reminder that being tough actually means having the confidence to be quiet. The 2026 verdict. The sunset of a titan. As we look at Clint in the mid-2020s, still active and still creating, his legacy is one of persistence. He survived the clashes of studio politics, the tragedies of changing tastes, and the relentless march of time. He proves that you can be a vintage icon while remaining a modern artist. The reality behind Clint Eastwood is that he was never just a cowboy. He was a jazz-loving, risk-taking, deeply human storyteller who used the lens of the tough guy to explore the softness of the human heart.